Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lavella. This is our continuation of our single player vanilla survival Minecraft 1.16.2 Java. And as you can see behind me, I started on one of the tunnels. I did not feel guilty for doing it off camera because we designed it on camera. However, we have a problem. Can you see the problem? Now I realize when we're going through here, I designed this so we'll be going pretty quick. And if you're going, and obviously going to be going faster than this. So probably not going to be able to see a whole lot. But do you see this? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And it's not something I thought about or noticed when we were designing it. So, at first I thought, well, I'll just put brick back there or maybe diorite to lighten it up or something. I guess, I don't know which update it was, but the leaf blocks, you can see through them a lot better now than you used to be able to. So, I made a whole bunch of green concrete powder. I know we could actually make the concrete and it would make it a darker green, but I want to see before I do that. I want to see how this is going to look. Yeah. I think if we went with the concrete, or say maybe like green, well, green wool would be too, eh, I don't think it'd be the right color. But I think the concrete powder is going to work because I think it just adds more depth and just a little bit more variation. Not anything drastic, mind you, but and it may all be a waste of time because like I said, we're going to be only time we'll be walking through these tunnels is if my minecart gets away from me, which that does happen, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it will. And I don't know what happened to my counting, but I said this was 7 by 7, not including taking out the floor. Either I built it too short, which is possible. I think that's what I did. Because my logs, I did 3 high, but I could have swore I went outside and counted. No, I've taken it all down. But I'm pretty sure this is the right size for this. But I have all this empty space up here. But that came in handy when I was putting the roof on. So I'm not too upset about it. If I really find it looks ugly, we may, of course, we'll probably have something covering this up anyway. Make some kind of an arch here to bring it on into the room to blend in somehow. There's a lot of this project that I haven't figured out yet. It's like, well, I know I want this, and I know I want that, but I haven't quite figured out how we're going to make it all work. I want it to blend, and I want it to have a shape, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, Minecraft is a world of squares. They're blocks everywhere. It's all blocks. It's all made of blocks. There's nothing wrong with building and having things be square. If that's what you like, then you should do that. However, I like arches. So, trying to think. See how long this tunnel is? Do you have any idea how long it took me to put all this in? There's a reason I did that off camera. But, yeah, and you can see some of this is still dirt. I put grass blocks in here, hoping it would spread. So, I'm going to torture you and make you watch while I do this part. My last episode, I was talking about getting distracted, and it happened again because, as I've told you probably more than once by now, I tend to record multiple episodes back to back, because that's how I upload, is back to back as soon as I have the data. Anyway, I am working on a plan to get real internet so that I can upload on a consistent basis without having to upload, 8 episodes at a time. But anyway, what was my point? Oh, my point was, after the last episode, again, my plan was I'm just going to grab something to eat real quick so I can take my medicine, and then I can, jump right back in. Yeah, that was 2 days ago, or a day and a half ago. So, yeah, I got distracted again. Typically, when I'm off, I usually manage to get several videos made. And I think this is only the second one I've done since I was off this last time. And I go back to work. At the time this is being recorded, I go to work in about 12 hours. So, but I wanted to finish up this design with you because we put this together on camera. And I felt like this last step was important enough to record it. We're probably not going to do both sides on camera. Just this one. So don't worry. We're not doing the whole tunnel on camera. That's a lot of blocks. And oh my gosh, I had to tear this out and redo it. And when I was putting the roof on it, I was like, why is this wrong? And then I realized what I was doing wrong. And when I put the design together, up top, and we were looking at it, and I was doing the leaves and stuff, I didn't think about it, but you see how you can see the log through here? Again, this is a thing. I don't know if this happened with the 116.2 or if it had already happened before and I just didn't notice it. I don't know when it happened, but in the example, my intention was to save some blocks and not put anything behind the logs. But I could see through it. So I was like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. We'll just go ahead and... It's not like oak leaves are hard to get. Go to a jungle, take some shears, and go crazy. You fill up your box, your inventory. Even if you've got shulkers, you can fill those up faster than... Yeah. As much as I love my hermits, hermit craft, oh my gosh, they're driving me crazy with Iskall and his little leaf thing, because by the time he spent I don't know how many hours gathering up diamonds and netherite as prizes for people for other hermits to turn in shulker boxes full leaf blocks, he made a competition out of it so that he wouldn't have to go get all the leaves. The time he spent doing all that, he could have got the leaves himself. So, unless he was just wanting to have something, involving the other hermits, it's like, why didn't you just take some? Everybody has iron farms. It's not like iron's hard to come by. Take a stack of iron blocks and go to a jungle and make a bunch of shears and go crazy. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, don't realize it, but the jungle floor, all those bushes you see on the ground, all those leaf blocks on the ground, even though it has a jungle log in the middle of it, those are oak leaves. If you break them with your fist, you're going to get an oak sapling and possibly an apple. Trust me, I've started enough single player worlds in the jungle and lived off of those apples till I could find some food. And if you're one of those people who has, an older computer or a computer that, can't quite keep up with a lot of stuff, and you want to be in a jungle but it lags you, get rid of all that crap on the ground. You'll be amazed how much difference that will make. Oh my gosh, is this really going to take the whole episode? But like I said, you can imagine how long it took me to do. And then, of course, I had to go find that desert again. I need to start writing this stuff down. I didn't even check my screenshots to see if I had a screenshot of coordinates. And I had to go find a desert again. So I could get sand, because I had gone to the desert before, and I'm pretty sure I have a tunnel somewhere that goes to that desert. But of course I don't have anything marked, and all the sand I came back with last time I turned into glass, so I didn't have. And I struggled for a long time. I was trying to think what would look good. And my brain kept saying concrete powder. And I'm pretty sure green terracotta is one of my favorites too. You have to be careful with the terracotta because they may call it green, but it's like white. The white terracotta, it's not white. It has a really pink. It's like a really washed out baby pink to me. And it's the one of the dyed terracottas looks black, but I think it's really supposed to be purple or something, and it doesn't look that way. So anyway, but I think the green terracotta is one of my favorite blocks for that color. But it's really similar to the green cement, the darker, more bold shade. And I wasn't really sure I wanted that, so I'm not real worried about, the extra time it takes to mine it. It doesn't take that long, really. Compared to the time I've already spent. The thing is, I'm beginning to regret putting this much detail in this tunnel, because this tunnel is gonna go for a long ways. So this is not just a thing for 50 blocks. This is meant to be a long-term thing, long distance thing. So, oh good, we're almost finished. I was like, are we getting to the end yet? Okay. So yeah, I think that looks so much better. And eventually. And I don't know why I didn't just go upstairs and grab grass blocks. I guess I thought it would spread faster than that. And it will spread with the leaf blocks on it because I've seen it do it. See this part here? That was not green before. I only put one grass block down at each end and at each end down there. So all of this has already spread. It's just that when you, and a lot of people don't, wow, we really burned through that. I had 16 stacks. Didn't I have 16 stacks? You have the dye, and then you have three. You have three. No, you have four. It's 4 stacks of sand, 4 stacks of gravel, I think, and the dye. Pretty sure I had 16 stacks. 16 stacks to start with. Blah. And I have about 3.5 left. Wow. See, this is very resource intense. But I think it'll be really pretty when we get finished with it. The other thing I'm not sure about are the lanterns. I like them. But there just seems to be a lot of them. And of course, when you're just standing here, it kind of looks cool because it looks like it's going into infinity. But see, I don't know. I like it, but I just wonder if maybe I should have spread them out a little bit. Because I'm pretty sure mobs can't spawn on the same block as the bamboo. And if that's true, then even without the lanterns, this place would be spawn free. But with the lanterns, we most definitely have an abundance of light. But see, if you look on the left and then look to the right, I think you can see a difference having that powder back there. Maybe I can see a difference just because I know. But still, I think it's worth the effort. Because like I said, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of walking because I'll lose my mine card. I'll not get in it fast enough and it'll leave without me. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I've done. And I really don't think I want it any taller because I've been debating ever since I finished this part of it. I've been looking at this and wondering if I should raise it up and make it taller. But I really don't think I want it to be taller. Right now it's tall enough that, I can jump into a minecart or jump out of a minecart without hitting my head. So, and it's not about the materials because I can farm resources while I'm watching my shows, my movies, oh my goodness, on my YouTubes. So anyway, that's where we are on that. I'm gonna have to make a lot more stuff. I'm gonna have to go strip another jungle. But anyway, I wanted to catch up with you on this part because I wanted to see. Because we need to get this room done because we have to get the storage room put in. It's making me crazy woman. I can't stand it anymore. But we need the design in place. So because I need to figure out how we're going to shape this, how we're going to curve this off. And it may be just that simple right there. No, I went in another one, didn't I? It may be just that simple. It doesn't. When you do things like this, it doesn't have to be drastic. Believe me. It might be just that simple. And then the other thing is, I have to figure out, because I'm pretty sure I want something that'll blend well with this design, with this palette. I want some greenery in here. But this part is not utilizing all that space. But this part, I want to utilize all this space. So, it's going to be grind. So we need to, maybe on the next episode, and I'm going to start saying maybe because I get in here, and as much as the storage is driving me crazy, I get to the point where, it's not really fair to you guys because you're not stuck down here. But I have done so much work down here just with the digging and placing all the slabs, and of course this part didn't take that long. But placing all the slabs and the stairs all the way around, and fighting with getting the staircase worked out for the zombie spawner, and just, I get tired of being in here. And I tell you what I really want to do, what I really am in the mood to do. I'll show you. I want to start a lake town. And if you're not familiar with The Hobbit, sleep. In the books, and that were turned into movies, there's a trilogy, or at least in the movies it was a trilogy, called The Hobbit. And it precedes the storyline, the lore, the background. It precedes the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which again came from books before it was movies. And in that, there was a town literally built in a lake. And it looked dirty and poor and run down. It was a very, and of course the time frame too is like, medieval-ish. But yeah, it was not a pretty town. And I am not necessarily wanting to duplicate that. I'm not trying to duplicate it, but I like the concept. So I don't want to do it. Oh, I have depth strider on my boots. My helmet broke, so I had to make a new helmet. And of course, I did some enchanting. So now my boots have blast protection, depth strider, and unbreaking. So that's why I'm just like sliding right through the water. And then we have protection 4, unbreaking 3. I think I had that already. Unbreaking 3, fire protection, and then blast protection, unbreaking 3. Anyway, oh hush. But anyway, I really want to start on it. Oh, I didn't bring any real good blocks, did I? Let's run up here. But see, I think this is a pretty good sized swamp. And it doesn't have to be a huge city. But in the story, they used to live in a very rich, very prosperous looking city over by the dwarves' mine. Because basically, oh yeah, see, look at all this space. Because the dwarves had their mine. See, this mountain right here, that mountain right there. They had their mines, and they were digging down, and they were just making they had all kinds of gems and stuff. So they had a thing going with the people and the humans, I guess, because these are dwarves, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, so they had a deal, and the people were prosperous because they were benefiting from the gem trade, because all these people were coming in to buy gems. And anyway, there was this beautiful city over by the mountain that was made, what I would say, out of white quartz, or out of white quartz. But I don't know what their building material was. If you were going to do it in Minecraft, I'd probably do it out of quartz. Anyway, so it was absolutely beautiful. But then when everything fell apart and the dragon came in, then they couldn't stay in that city anymore because there was a dragon in the mountain. So they built Lake Town, which they could still see the mountain in the distance, but they were far enough away that it really didn't bother them until towards the end of the story. But anyway, in case you haven't seen it or read it, you really should. It's awesome. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's kind of hard not to know how it ends in this day and age because it's so popular. But the whole point of coming over here... Oh, it's a llama. I didn't get a good look. I saw the top of the head, and I was like, what is that? But anyway, the whole point of coming over here was to see how big this swamp is, because I found another one, not that I wrote down the coordinates, that was pretty good size. Because I don't really want it to be right up against the base. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I really just kind of want to build it for looks. I don't really intend to use it as a base. I mean, it needs to be functional. I mean, we need to be able to, store stuff in it, or maybe bring some villagers. Oh, that's what we should do. That's what we should do. Brain fart. Okay, so, we are needing to do a villager trading hall. So why not do it Lake Town style and breed the villagers in the swamp so we can get swamp villagers with those skins. That's what I'm thinking. And there's a lot of space here. Because this swamp wraps all the way around this mountain, just about. And it goes out for quite some distance. And like I said, we don't have to build it grungy. We can build it pretty. The color of this foliage is grungy enough. We don't need to... But it's just the idea. It's just the concept of having, Plus, with all this water, you can get rid of these lily pads. That would help with the spawn, too, wouldn't it? Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. Going to do. Yep. Okay, I'm sold. This is one of those ideas that's been bubbling in my brain, and simmering and bubbling a little bit more. And I just couldn't quite get the final piece. That way, Yeah, I like it a lot. But you know what I might do? I really hate, I really hate the color of the foliage. I really do. We may get birch leaves. We may just plant birch. Make it fall that plant birch. Birch and spruce will retain their color no matter what biome you put them in. So we may do that. We may replace these with birch or spruce, either one. Yep. Well, I've run way over and did lots of rambling and boring block placement, so we've had an exciting episode. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day or evening and sharing it with me. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So thank you. And we will see you later.